Dimensions. In previous lecture we discussed dimension in detail. Now I'm summing up that points. What are dimensions? Dimensions of a physical quantity is defined as the powers to which the fundamental quantities are raised in order to represent that quantity. In previous lecture we calculated dimensions of physical quantities. In first step we write formula of physical quantity. Then we write the dimensional formula of each base quantity. After solving, we get dimensional formula of that physical quantity. In that dimensional formula, powers of base quantities represent that physical quantity, and hence the powers to which the base quantities are raised in order to represent that quantity are called as dimensions. Dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is the practice of checking relations between physical quantities by identifying the dimensions of the physical quantities. In previous lecture, we checked the relation between physical quantities F is equals to mv square divided by r, and we proved that the formula F is equals to mv square upon r is dimensionally correct. Hence, the relation F is equals to mv square upon r is correct relation. These dimensions are independent of the numerical multiples and constants, and all the quantities in the world can be expressed as a function of the fundamental dimensions. In previous lecture, we calculated the dimension of coefficient of viscosity eta from the formula F is equals to 6 pi eta VR. And for calculating the dimension of eta, we neglected 6 pi because dimensions are independent of the numerical multiples and constants. Dimensional formula. The expression showing the powers to which the fundamental units are to be raised to obtain 1 unit of a derived quantity is called the dimensional formula of that quantity. In previous lecture, we derived the dimensional formula of different physical quantities, and now you have better idea of this. For example, if Q is the unit of a derived quantity represented by Q is equals to m to the power a, l to the power b, t to the power c, then this term written in square brackets is called dimensional formula, and the exponents a, b and c are called the dimensions. Of course, this a, b and c will be in numbers. Some terms used with dimensions. What are dimensional constants? The physical quantities which have dimensions and have a fixed value are called dimensional constants. For example, gravitational constant g, Planck's constant h, universal gas constant r, velocity of light in a vacuum c, etc. All these are fixed values and they also have dimensions. So these physical quantities are known as dimensional constants. As you know that these physical quantities have fixed or constant values and they also have dimensions. That's why they are known as dimensional constants. What are the dimensionless constants? The physical quantities which do not have dimensions but have a fixed value are called as dimensionless constants. For example, pure numbers, pi, sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, etc. These all are fixed values and they do not have dimensions. That's why they are called as dimensionless constants. What are dimensional variables? Dimensional variables are those physical quantities which have dimensions and do not have a fixed value. For example, velocity, acceleration, force, work, power, etc. These physical quantities do not have a fixed value but they have dimensions. So that's why they are called as dimensional variables. What are the dimensionless variables? The dimensionless variables are those physical quantities which do not have dimensions and do not have a fixed value. For example, plane angle, solid angle, strain, etc. They do not have a fixed value and they do not have dimensions. That's why they are called as dimensionless variables. Advantages of dimensional analysis. The dimensional formulas are used to verify the correctness of a physical equation, drive a relationship between physical quantities. Limitations of dimensional analysis. Although there are many advantages of dimensional analysis, but we have some limitations of dimensional analysis. Dimensionless quantities cannot be determined by this method. Constant of proportionality cannot be determined by this method. They can be found either by experiment or by theory. This method is not applicable to trigonometric, logarithmic, and exponential functions. In some cases, the constant of proportionality also possesses dimensions. In such cases, we cannot use this system. If one side of the equation contains addition or subtraction of physical quantities, we cannot use this method to derive the expression. Even if a physical relation is dimensionally correct, it does not prove that the relation is physically correct. As we know that by the help of dimensional analysis, we can check the correctness of a physical equation. Here in this question, we have to find the correct relation. Which relation is correct? F is equals to mv square divided by r square or f is equals to mv square divided by r. Checking the dimensionally correctness of relation. Let's derive dimensional formula for F is equals to mv square divided by r square. As we know that dimensional formula of force that is on left hand side is m to the power 1, l to the power 1 and t to the power minus 2. On right hand side, by putting the dimensions of all base quantities, we get m to the power 1, l to the power 2, t to the power minus 2 divided by l to the power 2. Here capital M is used for mass. L to the power 1, t to the power minus 1 represents velocity. In denominator, L represents the distance r. By solving, we get at right hand side m to the power 1, l to the power 0 and t to the power minus 2. But you can see that dimensional formula of left hand side is not equal to dimensional formula of right hand side. That's why this relation f is equals to mv square divided by r square is incorrect. Now doing calculation for relation f is equals to mv square divided by r. At left hand side we have force and dimensional formula of force is m to the power 1, l to the power 1 and t to the power minus 2. You will calculate it step by step. By doing calculation for right hand side we get m to the power 1, l to the power 2, t to the power minus 2 divided by l to the power 1. And finally we get m to the power 1, l to the power 1 and t to the power minus 2. You can see that dimensional formula at left hand side is equals to dimensional formula at right hand side. Hence dimensionally second relation, that is f is equals to mv square divided by r, is correct. Question. Deduce relation for time period of simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum may depends upon mass of the bob, length of pendulum, and acceleration due to gravity. Capital T represents time period of simple pendulum. Small g represents acceleration due to gravity, and small l represents length of the pendulum. Suppose t is directly proportional to some powers of g, l and m. We just assume that power of l is a, power of g is b, and power of m is c. You can take any variables as power of L, G and M. It depends on you. We replace proportional sign with equal and constant and we get T is equals to constant L to the power A, G to the power B and M to the power C. Let's say equation number A. Now writing dimensions in equation number A, on left hand side we can write m to the power 0, L to the power 0 and T to the power 1 in square brackets. It is representing the dimensional formula of time period, that is equals to L to the power A. Here L in square bracket represent length, and for acceleration due to gravity you can find from formula velocity divided by time and you'll get L to the power 1 and T to the power minus 2. As we have assumed the power of G as B, so we can write L to the power 1 T to the power minus 2 whole power B. For mass we write capital M in square brackets. As we have assumed the power of mass as C, so we can write capital M in brackets with power C. Here you can see L to the power A and L to the power B, as base is same, so we can write L to the power A plus B, as we know that when base is same powers are added, and we have T to the power minus 2B and M to the power C. Now we are comparing the powers. On left hand side we have m to the power 0 and on right hand side we have m to the power c. So we can compare the powers of m on both sides and we get c is equals to 0. On left hand side power of L is 0. On right hand side power of L is a plus b. So by comparing the powers of L we get a plus b is equals to 0. On left hand side power of t is 1. On right hand side power of t is minus 2b. So by comparing the powers of t we get minus 2b is equals to 1. By shifting b on right hand side we get a is equals to minus b from the equation a plus b is equals to 0. And from the equation minus 2b is equals to 1 we can write b is equals to minus 1 divided by 2. By putting b here we get a is equals to 1 divided by 2. Now putting the values of a, b and c in equation a, t is equals to constant L to the power half, g to the power minus half and m to the power 0. M to the power 0 means we get 1 because anything having power 0 is equals to 1. So m to the power 0 is equals to 1. And finally we get t is equals to constant L to the power half, g to the power minus half. By shifting g in denominator, we get t is equals to constant under root L divided by g, where the value of k is found to be 2 pi. Question. Drive a formula for dragging force of fluid by using dimensional analysis. Hint. Coefficient of viscosity eta is having dimensions m to the power 1, l to the power minus 1, and t to the power minus 1. Let the drag force depends upon coefficient of viscosity eta, radius r of the object, velocity v of the object. Let's drag force Fd is directly proportional to some powers of eta, r and b. Here we have taken the power of eta as a, power of r as b, and power of v as c. And we get Fd drag force is equals to constant eta to the power a, r to the power b, and v to the power c. Let's say it equation number 1. Now you will follow the similar procedure as we discussed in previous question, and by writing the dimensional formulas on left hand side and right hand side, and after solving we get m to the power 1, l to the power 1, t to the power minus 2 is equals to m to the power a, l to the power b plus c minus a, t to the power minus c minus a. By comparing powers, we get 1 is equals to a. Let's say it equation number 2, and 1 is equals to b plus c minus a. Putting value of a from equation number 2 in this equation, we get 1 is equals to b plus c minus 1. Let's say it equation number 3. By comparing the powers of t, we get minus 2 is equal to minus c minus a, minus 2 is equals to minus c minus 1, and we get c is equals to 1. By putting equation number 4 in equation number 3, we get b is equals to 1. Now we have a is equals to 1, b is equals to 1, and c is equals to 1. By putting values of a, b, and c in equation number 1, we get drag force Fd is equals to constant eta to the power 1, r to the power 1, and v to the power 1. And we have Fd is equals to k is constant eta rv. Here constant is equals to 6 pi, and we get Fd is equals to 6 pi eta rv.